All right, what's up, you guys? Welcome to yet another episode of Mob True Crime with Gene and JC. It's been a while since we've done a show. Gene's been extremely busy with interviews and other stuff. Same here with me. And I was under the weather for a few weeks a while back too. And so we wanted to start to open up the channel a little bit more and do some other things than what we have been doing. And one thing that we are doing is featuring people who have great redemption stories and who are trying to make a change for the positive. Now, today I'm going to be joined by one of our guest co-hosts. You guys have seen him around a little bit here on some of these shows. What's up, CEO Rod? Welcome as my guest co-host here today.
What's going on? What's going on, JC? How you feeling, bro?
Oh, awesome, awesome. Thanks, bro. And then, of course, the man of the hour, we have our guest. His name is Michael Thompson. Welcome to the show, Mike.
It's an honor. It's an honor, man. It's a great honor to be with you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. So, first thing we're going to do, you guys, is we're going to introduce you to Mike via. He has a website, and there's a very great video that he has on there that will give you a good feel for who the gentleman is, and then we'll go from there. It's 2 minutes long. He's from Detroit, Michigan, and so listen to this here.
Afternoon, Flint. How y'all doing out here? Welcome home. Michael's home. Can I get a round of applause for Michael? I just wanted to say happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day. I introduce you to the sentence of Michael Thompson.
Oh, man.
The story of Michael Thompson is one unlike most that we've ever heard. It deals with a subject matter that is going through its own evolution from a legal standpoint. Without further ado, Mr. Michael Thompson.
I want you to get in the car with me for a minute. I want you to take you through a journey up to this point.
For the last 11 years, I've been Michael's point person while he was in prison up until today. Michael's first words to me were, "Dee Dee, I need your help." It was like a spirit that spoke to me.
It was the day he walked out of those prison gates. He said, "Enough is enough." The voices in my head, I'm not leaving them behind.
It's important for you to hear the names of the ones I'm fighting for.
Rudy Gamo, Keith Stinson, Andre Green, Ricardo Farrell, Horace Peterson, Mark Barron,
Corey McCullough, Donald Williams, Henry Hentz, Leroy Washington, Philo Hunt, William Hunt, Mr. Robert Cannon. Unfortunately, we've lost Robert.
We're putting commutations for all of these people before Governor Whitmer. And if he doesn't sign them, these people can never get out. They'll be behind bars forever. And it's wrong. We can't throw these lives away.
Michael's injustice, 42 to 60-year term of incarceration for marijuana, is one of the wildest injustices I've seen. While he remained caged halfway through a third decade, the business of recreational marijuana was booming. And the fact that Clemency exists acknowledges that the harms of the system can't be corrected always by the system.
Every daughter needs their father. Get out and vote. Stop sitting down and vote.
Michael Miko Thompson is my maternal uncle. The state of Michigan is the worst state in the country for sentencing. We have to understand we are the justice for which we seek.
I want to speak to the young people. And I'm telling you what's real. I changed my life. You can change yours as well.
Wow, that's nice, Mike. Congratulations to you for making the progress that you have. Why don't you start off real quick before we get into your story? Let folks know what the Michael Thompson Clemency Project is.
The Michael Thompson Clemency Project is dealing with getting people out on clemency through the governor. Basically, what we deal with mostly the marijuana sentences speak for themselves. but also we deal with people that got what you call trap sentences. That's felony murder and an habitual offender.
Yeah.
Those are basically sentences that people of color only get. You know, when they use them for slick words, habitual offender, felony murder. And if it don't be for organizations like mine, they'll never get out. They'll die in prison. And so our thing is to help those who are dealing with the trap sentence that you don't never hear about. You never hear about the trap sentences. And
Okay, I'm not trying to cut you off, because we out here in California, you know, the trap sentence. What can you explain a little bit more so I get an understanding what is a trap sentence? Where they set you up or they add charges or something?
no, trap sentence is sentence that, just like I said, they use slick words, habitual offender, a felony murder. Felony murder means that if you went in there with two or three guys and y'all robbed somebody, but this trigger happy cat just wanted to go back and just kill somebody, and he killed somebody. But because you was there, you get the same sentence that trigger happy cat got. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
Even though you didn't even have a gun, even though you didn't have no intentions of killing anybody, but because it was a murder, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody did get killed, you know what I'm saying? That person gonna get the same sentence that guy, you know what I'm saying? That trigger happy cat got. And then when you deal with the habitual offender, the habitual offender is, you know, they stack charges on you. See, in Michigan, and I'm sure they do the same thing in California as well. In Michigan, they stack charges on you, man. You know,
oh, you better believe they do. The first time that I was in felony court as an adult in 1994, I remember the phrase I heard over and over again from the DA was, "This guy is one of the worst ever." And I'm thinking, man, how many? There's like 50 of the worst evers, and they said that about me too. And you know, and I'm like, hold on, the worst ever means there's like a few of them, maybe, right? You know, because the worst to me is like a small category usually, right?
Yeah, right.
I just noticed that they always made the dudes out. This is one of the worst I've seen, Your Honor. You know, go ahead.
Hey, so Mike, so when they give you those type of sentences, I know involving some enhancement stuff like that, but I got one question, man. You went to prison. You did 25 years in prison for 3 pounds of marijuana, man. Just tell me, you know, a little bit about that.
Well, a little bit about that is like this. I told you, just like I said, Michigan, they stack charges on you, man. You can go in there and catch one felony. By the time you end up, man,
they'll turn it into 3 or 4 felony crimes. They'll be like, well, he did it in this way, therefore the robbery also has burglary. And he did it in this, he got this much, so we're gonna throw grand theft. You think you did one crime and you're like, man, I'm in trouble for this. And then you get to court and there's 5 charges, and you're like, hold on, I don't remember doing 5 different felonies all at once.
They can make it look real ugly for you, man.
Yeah, they force you into a plea deal that way.
Force you into a plea deal. That's what a lot of guys is facing right now. That's what a lot of guys in prison for some old crime, innocent crime, just like mine, was nonviolent crime. Man, ain't nowhere in the hell I put to spend 25 years in prison for 3 pounds of marijuana, and then you find a gun in my house, and then you stack the charges on me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly, bro. The fact of the matter is that everybody has a Second Amendment right to have protection in their home. I'll leave it at that. That's period. It says shall not be infringed. But what they'll do is they find a dude that happens to party a little bit or maybe sells a little bit, and then they automatically just place that gun and say, oh, this is now an instrument of violence against people, when it's freaking, you know, everybody in Michigan literally has a gun in their home. 99%, you know, same thing with most other states. And the 3 pounds thing, I mean, you and I spoke beforehand, and obviously, you know, we might have come across 1 or 2 similar folks, and I was moving, you know, weight into there. What year was it that you were busted?
It was in 96.
96, and you got, and they hit you literally with just 3 pounds, and
It was 3 pounds. And then see, just like I said, they stack charges on you.
yeah,
You know, when they think something ain't good enough, they say, well, wait a minute. This marijuana charge ain't nothing. Let's see, can we find something else on him? And then they get a search warrant for the house. You know what I'm saying? They supposedly got a search warrant.
yeah.
But anyway, the bottom line is this. They found the guns in the house. The guns had nothing to do with the marijuana.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, check this out. Your original sentence was what? 42.
42 to 60 years.
Say it again.
42 to 60 years.
42 to 60 years, and of that 42 to 60 years before you was awarded the clemency, you did 25 years.
Right.
Just tell the people, a little bit. Like I say, I did time early in the feds, man. But let's talk about the living condition there and what they're faced against right now in the state of Michigan under the Department of Corrections.
You said, I didn't understand the question. You said what now?
I said your original sentence was 42 to 62 years. You did 25 years. Just explain to the audience how is the living conditions inside that institution that you was in.
Oh, living condition. Okay. The living condition inside Michigan prison when I went in wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? I had to put cottons in my ear, to keep roaches from going in my ears, because when you cut the lights out at night, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Jackson, behind the walls, man, you know what I'm saying? That's the world's largest wall prison in the world, and that's Jackson, Michigan. And they got roaches, they got mice, man. I mean, those
aren't the only kind of rats, huh? There's a few type of rats in those places, huh?
Yes. And that's an ugly place, man. When you used to, the life I lived, I was doing Aretha Franklin's and Gerald Levert's and Bobby Womack's and Patti LaBelle and all them. I was doing I was major acts, man. I wasn't on my knees now. You know what I'm saying? I was doing some great acts, and I had a nice home and nice vehicles and stuff like that. So it's just that when you're going in there and you're facing some damn roaches, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, like I say, I did my research on, prior to you going to prison, you was involved with the community, you was doing a lot of community events and stuff like that. So now you're telling, prior to your incarceration, you was a promoter, you was bringing talent to Flint, Michigan, stuff like that. Correct?
Yes, I bring top acts, man. I mean, a lot of people didn't think I could sell $40 tickets in a B market city like Flint, Michigan. But I did. I sold out. And they tried to, during the time this case was going on, they tried to go to Aretha Franklin and her team and try to get them to cancel the show. But Aretha told them that most guys, most good promoters, top promoters, they've been in prison. And
well, I could pretty much agree with that, because out here in Fresno, California, I'm one of the top promoters, and like I said, I did a little prison time. So, like I say, just tell me what kind of community organization that you was dealing with with the youth back in the days.
I was dealing with, well, what happened that led me to this is very interesting. What happened was I was reading the newspaper one day, and I seen that the Prosecutor Weiss at the time, he was trying to get $400,000 for prosecution and conviction of young people. And I knew that them young people were going to be people of color. And so I got involved myself. And I said, I'm going to break them gangs up. And I got involved in myself. And I took up, I said, well, I'm going to break them gangs up. They don't take no $400,000 to break these young guys up. These guys from fighting. And so what happened, it took me about $60,000 or $70,000 of my money. because I had a place called Meekles Incorporated, and it was doing good. It was a body shop, pool hall, car wash, arcade, and all that, you know. And after I broke the gangs up, I gave them a recreation center. You know what I'm saying? I gave it to them, and because they stuck to their word and I stuck to mine. And what happened that we marched down to the riverfront, and that's when the mayor was down there, Sharp, which he wasn't no good mayor, but anyway, I met him down there, and when I got down there with the gangs, and we had police escorts and everything, and when I got down there with the gangs, what I did was I looked at him and shook his hand, and I told him, I bring you my children, take care of them, man, and he got them all jobs.
What year was this?
It was in 1980. Well, let me see. It was 1984 or 83, somewhere around there.
Okay. So they had so they had gangs in Flint back in 83, early 80s like that.
Yeah, they had gang, Top Dogs, Undertakers, you know, different gangs. That they wouldn't know Bloods and Crips and nothing like that. They didn't have no gangs like that. Flint and Michigan ain't never been no gang state. You know, Michigan been some individual killers. You know what I'm saying? You know, they travel all the country and they was dangerous. You know, guys coming out of Michigan. You know, but they never been no gang. They never been what you call gang state. You know what I'm saying? They've been some very dangerous individual killers coming out of Michigan.
Yeah, I know. You know, like I say, you know, when I was in federal prison, man, I met a couple of cats out of Flint, Michigan, you know, Detroit, like that. And they was telling me, you know, far as, you know, I'm just gonna go back to the, you know, the crack era stuff, how the law was far as with the crack, man. And then, like I say, you know, you went to prison for marijuana, but I can imagine back in the days, you know, in the 80s, early 90s, stuff like that, you know, just selling crack out there, man. How were the laws, you know, in regards to that, Mike?
Yeah. You know, the laws, well, you already know, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and then everybody else found out later on that crack area, you know what I'm saying, only was against people of color. Whites didn't suffer from the crack area, just the blacks.
Oh yeah, you know the blacks. You know, like I say, when I was in Philly, there was a lot of young, a lot of young blacks from all across the world and stuff like that. But I have another question to ask you. You know,
Well, was one thing about that crack area. The crack area made everybody panic. Even made Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton signed that terrorist bill. That's the worst thing he could have did. That terrorist bill. The only one that suffered from that terrorist bill after Bill Clinton signed it, and is still suffering today, is people of color. The terrorists didn't suffer from that. The terrorists was happy. They went on by their business, wagging their tail. You know what I'm saying? But the ones who suffered from that, man, and the ones who paid the price is people right now is in prison right now off that terrorist bill. Yeah, that's
and it's not like none of those bills are really designed to actually do what they claim. What they're really designed to do is give the government more power to spy on people, figure out what they're doing, and then, you know, the government just picks up whoever they decide it's your numbers up, so to speak.
Yeah, but Bill Clinton, he did admit that that was wrong. What he did was wrong, and he wished he could correct
unfortunately
it.
Bro, they're all pretty much beholden to politics and special interests. It's easy to say way after the fact I was wrong, but unfortunately, what does that do for the real lives that were affected and thrown in the trash can? You know what I mean? No, there has to be something to make up for these injustices, not just oops. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's where it is.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is, and that's where it is today. Oops, and that's it. We made a mistake, but you guys paid for it.
Right.
And
Exactly, bro.
so what? None of my family members paid for it. It's just
Of
all yours.
course. No, nobody within the power structure, their families, every so often, right, will see an arrest, somebody that's way up on the ladder, money wise, whatever, right? Their kid gets busted. And all of a sudden, it seems like that case keeps getting delayed and delayed and delayed while they're out on bail, right? And then it gets out of the media after a while. And when they finally get something, it's always some very light slap on the wrist, if it's anything at all. And they get to go out on TV and say, you know, I thank God I had this opportunity to change. And, you know, meanwhile, regular folks, it's like, get in here. Come on.
You know, Jeff, not to cut you off, but it's very important. Something you just said, very important for people to really take a look at America right now. Okay. Look, man, I don't care nothing about Donald Trump. But the thing is, but look what Donald Trump is doing. He exposing America's justice system. He is exposing the shit out of this man.
The first step back was things like that too were good.
Yeah, the American justice system, I think been crooked since it became the American justice system.
Yeah, but the thing is,
he just exposing stuff that that we didn't know about, or we thought we maybe knew about.
No. You're just like you said, right? He exposing stuff that we've been knowing about.
Right, exactly. I've seen. Yeah, you're 100% right, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's exposing stuff that now the people is really starting to see what we've been crying about for years.
Exactly, bro.
Because look at the stuff Donald Trump is doing. Man, don't you know we have been in prison? We've been underneath the prison. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we probably wouldn't be alive today. You know what I'm saying? He testing the CIA, the FBI.
Well, that's the thing, is he's messing with those boys, and we all knew, right, what it was like to deal with the local cops, right, on the street, especially in the FBI, obviously DEA, they step in when you get a little bit bigger. Well, yeah, Trump is finding out the hard way that when you know enough about the top level stuff these guys do, and they're dirt, they're going to keep you away from it. They're going to do what they got to do, man. Some lady said 40 years ago that he touched her on the backside, or I don't know. It's that kind of stuff. All of a sudden, something pops up out of nowhere. Like, what? Well, look what this happened and that. And you'll notice that, bro, anytime, not just with him, but anytime somebody that has power within like entertainment or politics, if they actually do try to expose some of this stuff, immediately. Cat Williams, look what happened to Cat Williams when he started talking about some of the crazy stuff that's going on in hip hop, right? He gets, ostracized. Well. Look what's come to fruition. 95% of what Cat Williams was saying about I won't say the name because we don't need to mention any people, but 95% of the dudes that Cat was talking about and some of the shady things that they were getting away with, and like he said on Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay's podcast, he said 2024 is going to be the year of exposure, baby. He's turned out to be right.
Yeah, but
let me just say something about Cat. Like I say, man, Cat is a very smart individual, man.
He is. He's a genius. Yeah.
He suffered from a little mental illness, though. But,
and they put him in the system the same way. Once he started talking about power structure stuff, all of a sudden he's catching cases. They're taking minor cases on Cat and they're blowing them up. And then they were trashing him in the media. Oh, Cat's on drugs again, and Cat's on Cat's on crack. You know what I mean? No, they started that stuff on him.
Cat Williams personally, man, I ain't never saw Cat do no drugs.
No, I agree. I think Cat's a genius, and I think they screwed him around a little bit. But it's along this whole lines of guys like us who are regular dudes, regular people. We've known for years how this system works and how it don't work. We know about laws where you're along with two others. You never planned on pulling a, you know what, and someone decides they're going to pull a, you know what, and you get, like he said, a felony murder charge. Somebody involved with you does something that you may not even know about in the drug business. Let's say he took out an informant. We'll say you didn't know anything about it, but the DEA filmed you and him shaking hands. Guess what? They're going to go at you. And we've known this kind of stuff, or in enhancing our cases, where every time I've ever been into court, what I've always noticed, bro, is on the arraignment, the charges are stacked high. And then it goes, you know, if they cut a plea deal, all of a sudden it goes back to what it was supposed to be with a little extra, and they're forced to do time now. Whereas if they had been able to, if they were treated fairly from the get-go, they might have had a little bit of time and some probation and stuff like that. We got to have a change. Go ahead, guys.
No, Jeff, let me, JC, let me ask my question. Like I say, just doing my research on you, I was watching your documentary. You know, like I say, I did some time in prison before. You know, why did you didn't let your family come visit you, man? I know your granddaughter, she happy you home. You know, she was born while you was in custody, and I know your daughter's happy, man. Just tell me, you know, why did you didn't let your family come and visit you for 20 years? That's a long time, bro.
Yeah, that's a long time. That's how bitter I was. That's a long time. You know, I had got to the point that for a person to speak to me, I'd rather spit in their face.
Yeah.
No, that's serious business, man. It took me a long time to overcome that. And you know, I just, you know, I'm looking at this country, man. You know, they're not skipping the subject, but I'm just looking at how this country, you know, how it didn't change so much. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that black people have been doing for years, now they took it and legalized it. Like marijuana houses. They legalized. They call it, you know what I'm saying, cannabis now.
Yeah, I know. I knew. That's funny. Back in the day when I was in the business, I never used that word.
Yeah. Okay, and then you got you know, they took the weed houses now and call them cannabis, you know what I'm saying, and now they legalized marijuana, and then here is the number houses, now they call them the lottery, you know what I'm saying? And
as long as, you know, I figure
he's right, bro. They legalized all the rackets, and now they legalized all the rackets. Yeah,
as long as they can tax it, they always gonna legalize it.
Yeah. The government, the government figured out, okay, and then they could start handing out licenses to their friends and the connected people, so they make most of the money anyways. Whereas the rank and file, the guys like you, Mike, who paid the piper for marijuana, we're gonna call it marijuana, not cannabis over here. Cannabis sounds so nice. It's cannabis. Let's smoke some cannabis, dear. But no, keeping it real. The guy, look, guys like me that were bringing it into Michigan, you know, at certain levels throughout the 90s. Guys like you that were moving it around in Flint and wherever else. And the people all over. You know, I've had friends in California hit with those RICO cases where they get charged by the FBI and the DEA. And you look at their indictment sheet, it says the United States of America verse, and then it has your name on there, right? And my friends would be like, I don't even know 2/3 of the names on this damn indictment, but they're claiming I worked with the guys, you know, and, you know, because RICO is much the same way. It's like a federal version of it's one of those laws, sort of like a co-conspirator law, except at the state level, you at least have to have known the dude. You know, the guy goes in the store, does this. You knew him. You don't deserve the felony murder that goes with it, but you knew him. In the feds with the RICO things, some cat you don't know does something, and then they're like, well, you guys both knew this one guy, though. You know, we see our little chart at our office with all these pictures, you know, and
let me
gangs are using it against everybody. That's going to be the next step, by the way. They're going to start using it against African-American gangs now that they've ran out of Italians and others to use it on. That'll be the next round. You watch. You know, they do it already, but it's going to get worse.
But let me just say something about that. It don't even have to. It don't even have to be a RICO charge, man. You know, like I said, I was indicted in '91. You know, I wasn't even present when they caught the drugs. As long as you have knowledge in the federal system, that conspiracy charge, as long as you have knowledge of a criminal enterprise going on, you're part of that.
Wow. So you just have to have knowledge of it and have
Just have
done
knowledge.
maybe a
Just
little
have
bit of
yes,
pot or something, a little bit of
yes.
dealings with it.
Well,
Wow.
it's one thing about the system, you know, especially the penal system in Michigan. They'll label you just like they labeled me when I first. It took me about 5 years, man, to get that stuff off me, man. You know what I'm saying? Organized crime. They put organized crime on me, not the courts, but when I was coming through the prison system, they put organized crime on me.
Yeah.
And it took me a lot of years to get that off of me. And there's one thing about when they put organized crime on you in a penal system, you can't get certain jobs. You can't get no job. You
Yeah.
can't be at no certain prison. You got to be way up north somewhere, man, in boondock where the bears at. You know what I'm saying? And,
Way up in the northern of that northern peninsula, huh? Across
right.
that Mackinac Bridge,
That's
yeah.
true. That's true.
On the other
That's true.
side of
That's
the
true.
Right.
Mackinac Bridge, baby.
And see, for a long time, I didn't know they had that on me. And then I found out they had it on me, and it took me a while. I had to get them penitentiary lawyers, you know what I'm saying, to help me get it off me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah, you don't want to know
I'm tell you
C tag.
about them penitentiary lawyers. Them some of the sharpest individuals on the planet, man. You know, believe that, man. Like I say,
Yeah,
man.
man, a lot of them ain't. A lot of them ain't no sharper than been on the planet. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying, and they got guys, that's why they're still in prison, you know what I'm saying, and the mess they POs up and everything. They ran their POs out with some fruitless shit, you know what I'm saying, and so just like you said, there's some good ones, but I ain't met them. You know, I ain't met them.
Well, like I say, you know, I'm just
That's so
gonna be
I
real
like
with
that.
you,
There's
man.
some
You
good
know,
ones. I just ain't met any of them yet.
yeah,
Yeah,
like I say, you know, in that federal system, I can say in the federal system, but you know, like I say, just being in prison, Mike, and just you know, just being away from your family, man. And then you came home in what 21, 22? What day you
well,
came home?
a question that I didn't answer, but I'm gonna go back to it and answer it when you asked me
Okay, that question was, you
uh,
know,
about
when you
20
was
years.
incarcerated,
I went
when
20
you,
years without visits and stuff like that.
yes,
The reason why I thought about it, went back to it because I'm looking at my granddaughter right now. She's here with me because I got she ain't got on the right road. She's doing real good. I want everybody to remember her name. Her name is Bianca Thompson. Man,
uh-huh.
I love her.
Well, if you got a chance,
I
baby, you got a chance,
want
you
the
gonna
world
love.
to know that I got a granddaughter that I love. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying? I got a great grandson that I love. His name
that's
is Eminem.
That's right. But like I
And,
say, when I went to
Eminem.
the doctor,
All right.
yeah,
when
and
I
so all the years I've been all them years I was gone, you know what I'm saying? It's just that she didn't have no father. You know what I'm saying? I was her father. I was everything.
Mhm.
And so when so for me to answer that question, Hot Rod, you know, it's very important for people to know that penitentiary do not save you. You know what I'm saying? Preserve you, they say. Preserve you. You know what I'm saying? They didn't preserve me because when I came out, man, I had to have two surgeries right away. You know what I'm saying? Because they delected me. The healthcare delects you out there. You know, you don't. Their favorite word is take a Tylenol.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right, man. No
Yeah.
emotion.
Yeah.
No, like a
Yeah,
freaking Motrin, man. That's the
yeah.
highest thing they'll give you.
Yeah, that's their
500
solution
Motrin.
for everything. You got a
So so
you
so
got a
so
chronic back pain. Here's the Tylenol.
So to
You
finish
got
my
this
so
problem.
to finish my sentence, what I was speaking about is yes, hot rod, you know what I'm saying? I missed out on a lot of things. One of them is dealing with, you know what I'm saying, my beautiful granddaughters and my grandsons. And but now I'm trying to make up for it. I'm trying to do the best I can, you know what I'm saying, to make I can't play catch up. Only thing I can do is just live this life the best
Yes,
life
yes,
I
yes.
can, and I try to
Yeah.
live every day. I try to live every day like it's a holiday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You
I can
because
understand. But like I
because
say, Mike, let me
because the
say this,
person,
man.
hold up, because the person, you know what I'm saying, don't understand. Life is too short to play games with it. Because you know, just like a person talk about, well, when my next birthday, I'm gonna do it like with a big bang. How you know you're gonna make it to your next birthday? You know what I'm saying? Life is, you know, tomorrow is not promised to nobody. And see, so I live every day like it's a holiday within me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. That's the way to
yeah, that's
be.
beautiful. Like I say, Mike, when I watched your documentary, bro, I actually cried, man, because you know I felt your pain, man. Your daughter, man, she was right there for you, and you know, the lady who really helped you, man. Just how did you get in contact with her? You know, like I say, she said when you got the phone call, you just said, just help me. You know, just how do you come across her as, you know, being one of your representatives, you know,
Yeah,
helping you get out through your clemency?
yeah, that's another name I want everybody to know when it comes to me. Her name is Dee Dee Kirkwood. Uh, she's been with me for many years now, and if it wasn't for her, you know, it would be kind of hard for me to finish and did my incarceration the way I did it. I did it in fashion, I did it in style, and I did it honorably. I didn't. It's one thing about me. I never been for sale. And another thing about me, I never, you know, kissed nobody's ass. You know what I'm saying? And I refuse to kiss anybody's ass today, tomorrow, or next year. I ain't gonna kiss nobody's ass. You kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't kissing no ass. If that's the kind of person you are, you want somebody to kiss your ass, you kiss my ass.
Wow. Sorry about that
That's
interruption.
that's a great
Yeah.
slogan. If you expect me to kiss your ass, you can kiss my ass. There you go, right there. You know the look. The proof is in the pudding. You know, you did a lot of time, and you did a lot of time for something that's now legal, very legal actually, and you know the even with the firearm thing, it's completely legal under the Second Amendment to protect oneself in general. Doesn't matter what they do outside of their home. So everything you did is legal as can be for everybody, and with the mostly everybody in the case of firearms, and so.
Well, why did I spend 25 years in prison? Why did I spend 25
Yeah,
years in
exactly,
prison?
exactly. It's just it's one of those things where you look at and you're like, why was I subjected to this? You know what? I look at it like I see your situation. That could have been easily me because you know I was involved. Obviously, as we've chatted offline, we won't disclose what we both know, but you know that could have been me. There was a law back then in Michigan. 650 grams of coke was an automatic life sentence. For those of you not
Yes, yes,
familiar
yes,
with the
yes.
drug game, 650 grams is just over. It's just over a pound. It's not even a kilo. A kilo's a
Yes,
thousand grams. So
Yeah.
yes,
you
yes.
guys have all seen them in the movies. What a kilo looks like. Okay, sounds like a lot if you're a coke user. It certainly is. Most coke users would be jumping up and down doing break dancing if they saw a kilo in front of them, right?
Yeah, they kill
To
that
be
shit.
honest, most coke addicts, they see a kilo, they're going to be doing the fucking running man. They're going to do every dance you could think of. But in the drug game, a kilo really isn't that much. There's guys compared to, but 25 years, bro, for 650 grams of coke back in that day. That 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 is a hell of a tax burden for the taxpayers to have to pay. You're throwing a life away. In the case of Michael Thompson, you got 3 pounds of marijuana. You know, at a certain point, we have to figure out what are we going to do to stop this insanity, Mike.
Well, you know, you got, you know, look, man, and I hate to go back to this Trump thing, but you got to
It's all
understand.
good.
You got to understand, the system is broken in America. The system is broken. State, federal. When it comes to the only thing you got to do is just look at what's going on with this Donald Trump thing, man, and look at how he exposing them. He exposing them for people to see it. You know what I'm saying? See, because you got to think about it. What if that would have been Obama? Man, because Obama is a person of color, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have lasted this long. He wouldn't be alive, man. He wouldn't be alive. They wouldn't have let it go that they wouldn't have let it go that long. But because of Donald Trump is part of the good old boy club, look how they turning their head. Even people of America is turning their head to something that they seeing is factual, and then he's showing them proof, but they still turning their head, man. So they don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He's showing what the system does, right? And Americans, he's one of the people that is actually yelling literally, this is what the system does, and this is what it's been doing.
Yeah.
And it's costing him a fortune in court to defend a lot of these frivolous cases. You know what it's like to defend a frivolous case. We all, everybody at the regular person level has had a frivolous case.
But
nobody's listening though still.
Yeah, at the same time, the reason why Donald Trump is so frustrated, man, because it's just like a spoiled kid, man. Just like a spoiled kid, been used to doing things his way and the only way, but now you got to do it by the law. And now the law
out of their club too. He ain't in their club no more.
Yeah. Everybody trying to just say.
They kicked him out.
No, I wouldn't say that, Jay.
The quiet part out loud. He shouldn't. If he would have been playing the game with him, he could have gotten further. But he decided to say some things, and they don't like that. That he's, there's certain things the government wants under wraps, right? Trump's like, hey, guess what they're doing? And they're like,
yeah. Hey, Jay, hey, Jeff, but listen, this is, I'm going to sum this up with this Donald Trump thing. The difference between Donald Trump and his little buddies and all them judges and prosecutors and police and all the rest of them, the difference between them and Donald Trump today is Donald Trump got caught and they ain't got caught yet.
Oh, man, I totally agree. I totally agree with you, Mike. That's a real shit right there. But after Donald Trump, I don't think some of them don't make it to court.
No, man.
Yeah, Donald just is lucky.
Hey, who knows? Who knows? There may be a Donald Trump clemency project one day, right? But let's get back to your clemency project. So we could let the people know what's up and how they get it. And by the way, this lets you guys know that you can have a great conversation with Mike too. If you ever want to just shoot the breeze, he's a cool guy. See, this is the kind of cool dudes that get locked up, unfortunately. Tell them about the Michael Thompson Clemency Project real quick before we wrap things up.
Well, maybe Donald Trump might need it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There might be a Donald Trump Clemency Project not too long right now. I might be showing off a Donald Trump Clemency Project in 2 years.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So, Mike, let us know about the Michael Thompson Clemency Project. I do have the website address on the page as we speak. Go ahead, Mike. Let them know.
Yeah, the Michael Thompson Clemency, as everybody know that what the Michael Thompson Clemency does, it takes money. It takes money, and but what it does is we got to get lawyers to file clemency to the governor, and we got about 15 on our desk right now. The clemency is the only way a lot of guys gonna get out. Some guys, got these trap sentences, just like I've spoke to you about. These trap sentences is the ones that felony murder and habitual offender. The marijuana cases, they're going to speak for themselves. Eventually they're going to have to let them all go. But the trap sentence, if it don't be for people like my organization, they'll never get out. They'll die in prison. And so I know the guys, a lot of them, you know what I'm saying, and so do Hot Rod, know a lot of them, and so Melvin Foreman, all of them, all these guys know.
Yeah, Melvin's a cool guy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All these guys know some people that they left behind, you know, that's dealing with these trap sentences, and so that's what we do. You know, we push it to the governor's desk in Michigan, and we try to convince her, you know what I'm saying, to revisit these guys' cases, you know what I'm saying, and take a real good look at them and get them and get them a clemency, because that's the only way they're gonna get out.
Yeah, absolutely. And really there's no downside actually to this. The reality is, whether it's blue state, red state, whatever, Michigan's obviously sort of a swing state right now. It doesn't matter. Most people are against marijuana laws, and legalization and or medical use has been legalized in almost every state now. And it's ridiculous, by the way, that the federal government, as of now, still has not reclassified marijuana from a Schedule 1 drug to at least a 3 where there's medical value. Different discussion, different time. But the point being is that in all these states, especially Michigan, all this stuff is now widely available. It's sold. Cannabis, as it's called now. Cannabis. It's a nice sounding name. Cannabis. You know, it sounds wonderful. Doesn't it sound like the kind of thing everybody should use, right? Anyhow, but point being is that it's all legal now. So there's no justification for these sentences. And everybody who had one needs to have their records cleared up as well, in my opinion. Now, real quick, I've got the mailing address on here. As you guys can see, this is from the Michael Thompson Clemency Project website. This is the contact info. You'll see he has a Gmail address up here as well. And then a mailing address. You guys can fill out a form on the website, and it'll, you just hit submit, leave your message, and the good folks at the Clemency Project will get back with you. Anything that you'd like to add real quick, Rod?
Yes,
And then
yes. I want to say this, you know, Mike, for the Clemens, how much money do you need, or how much money are you trying to raise? Like I say, you know, like I know a few people, you know, that dream of clemency and stuff like that, man. But the one question I want to ask you before we go, man, when you was in prison, you know, after like 10, 15 years maybe, did you ever think you were going to get out, or did you ever think that you was going to get a clemency? Because that's big, man. Like I say, if like you said about your partners, if they don't get clemency, they never coming home. So, you know, like 10 years in, 15 years, did you ever think you were going to get a clemency?
Well, as you know already, Hot Rod, you know, after you do so many years, sometimes you wonder if you can ever get out.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
After you start get past 10 years, man, you forget the days, man. You forget your birthday. You know, you forget other people's birthdays. You know, every day become the same.
Yes, just another day. Yes.
And see, and that's what penitentiary takes away from a guy. He takes them celebration days, like little kids and holidays and Christmas and all that. You know, you don't feel nothing after a certain period, as you do so many years, man. Every day become the same. Mm-hmm. And see, like when a little kid be on the phone saying, oh yeah, it's my birthday today, and then the only thing you can say is happy birthday, and don't feel nothing for their birthday. Yeah. Penitentiary taking that away from me when I got out. You know, I couldn't celebrate for a while. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't feel it. I couldn't feel the holiday, Thanksgiving. I couldn't feel nothing. You know, that was empty inside, man.
Yes, yes.
It's just now starting to get back, you know, and good people like yourself, and that I've been meeting and stuff like that. You know, that's what's helping me get back, because just like I told you before, man, at one time I had so much hatred in me. the guys were speaking to me in prison, I gurgitated, wanted to spit in their face for speaking to me.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, thank God, man. Thank God that the state of Michigan gave Michael Thompson clemency, man. You know, welcome home. Continue to do all the good things that you're doing, man. Like I say, me, JC, you know, a few other people, man. You know, we here for you, man, with the clemency, man. And like I say, you know, it's something that's big, man. Like I said, I don't know anybody. I did a bunch of time in prison, and I don't know nobody who got a clemency. You know, I just know Lil D. He got a pardon by Obama, man. That's, you know. But other than that, man, I applaud you, brother. Keep on doing what you're doing. You know, I see you been going around. You know, you just spoke at the College of Michigan. You know, we're gonna have a few more speaking engagements, you know, for you, man, out here in California. And I commend you, bro. You know, don't give up, man. It's a fight. It's a struggle. And like I say, for all the people, for all the people who never been in prison, like Mike just said, man. Sometimes you get bitter, man. You know, I was bitter for like the first 3 or 4 years of my little 10-year federal sentence, but you know, I grew up. But like I say, I commend you, bro. Keep on doing what you're doing, man. Just tell the people how they can get in contact with you, your IG. You know, we already put the website up, stuff like that. Just tell people how they can get, how can they follow you?
How can they follow me? I'm gonna let the most beautiful person tell you that. Talk to her. This is my granddaughter, Bianca.
Hey, Miss Bianca.
So
Hey there.
he has an Instagram, and if you would like to follow him, is mtfree.2021 on Instagram.
All right, you heard it here.
Yeah, I heard it from the
MT3
beautiful granddaughter.
It's great to have. It's great to have. You know,
well, that's my
granddaughters and all that.
Yes, it is for me because you know, for a long time, because I had a long terminal sentence, and they wouldn't let you get no classes with computers or anything like that. You had to be like 2 years from your outdate and all that kind of stuff. You know, so I didn't see a computer until I got out of prison.
Yes,
and I'm still lost. I'm still trying to get some help. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to learn, you know what I'm saying? I know it's embarrassing that little kids know more than I do about, you know, all this kind of stuff, but
I got to interrupt. Let me just say something. I got to interrupt you. It's not being embarrassed. It's just the kids are just smarter than us now. They know all the technology.
Well, and then the technology's changed too. You know.
Yes, you know.
Hey, Rod. Back in the day, you know, there was some of the Mexican cats that we both knew. I remember one of them came home in like 1995. He had gone to California Penitentiary in 82, 83. And he like the first time he saw a CD, he didn't know what the hell it was, right? Because he was used to like 8 tracks and cassette tapes, you know, and people still spinning records. He looks at his CD and he's damn near ready to put it on a record player. It's even crazier now. You know, when you see that stuff firsthand, you're like, damn, this world looks a lot different, don't it?
Yes, like I say, Mike, you know, these kids, man, you know, I be in the same boat sometimes, man. But like I say, it's good that the kids do have this knowledge and technology. Like me and Jeff, we did a little show, man. I was just telling, man, you know, with all the technology right now today, I would be scared to hustle.
Yeah, kids, don't do it. Too many cameras.
Please do not hustle, kids.
They know everything. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it.
They're tracking you right
just get a
now,
job,
man.
go to school, build a business, do something else for yourself. There's too many cameras, too much tech, and they know who everybody is at this point. They just pick out, you know, once there's a space for you, it's your turn.
You know, before I close, I want to say this, man. I want to say this because it bothers me. You know, since I've been out of prison, it bothers me. And I'm just wondering why the young guys don't respect the young girls more than what they should. I see a lot of young guys now, you know, well, you know, they think it's slick showing their draws, but they come in prison they wouldn't want to show their drawers inside the prison. So why are you showing?
That's a bad boy, Mike. That's a whole new
Okay,
subject.
Hey, we get in with it. That's a great slogan too. You show you.
No, but I want to finish saying this sentence right here. I just want to make sure that this is out here because I see the disrespect the young guys are showing the young women, and there's some good young women out here, but for some reason these young guys is watching this hip hop shit so much. You know what I'm saying? And they listen to this slick shit, you know what I'm saying, that they talk and sound good to them. I guess they look in the mirror and it sounds so good to them, they keep repeating it. But,
Oh yeah.
You got a valid point, by the way. We'll have to do another show on how media influences kids to do dumb stuff. And you're right though. The music from your old school days, Mike. Wait, think 70s, R&B, Donna Summers and all the rest. That was uplifting music typically. Kool and the Gang. That was uplifting type music.
Yeah.
And even the original hip hop, when you look at Grandmaster Flash, The Message, he talked about the hood and the ghetto and broken glass everywhere. People, they just don't. We know the lyrics. He told about the stuff, but he did not personify it and do what some hip hop stars started to do, where they started acting like they was the gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
but
we can do a whole new episode on how media affects things. Go ahead, bro.
It's one thing I want to sum it up by saying this to you, and I want every young guy to hear this. Look, man, when you call whatever you call that woman, you the same thing, because you the one supposed to be the man. You the one supposed to be the teacher. You know what I'm saying? So whatever if you call a woman a bitch, you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? If you call a woman, you know what I'm saying, a free fucking hoe, you a free fucking hoe. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you call her, just look in the mirror at yourself, because you a poor ass teacher.
Yeah. Well, there's a phrase that Louis Farrakhan once said. And sometimes I'll listen to some of his speeches because he'll make some sense on certain things with me. And he said that you could call these women WHOREs, right? I won't say the word.
Yeah.
He's all, but what are you then? You are a WHORE master. You're a whore master. He's all, if she's one of those, then you're a master.
That's right.
And he's right though. He's right on that. That if that's that's how you see the woman, and you're trying to pick up on her. By the way, a lot of the times when they say that stuff, they're talking to a woman that if they had a chance to, fool around with her, they would definitely say yeah. So what's that make you? You know what I mean? Just what you're saying.
Listen, let me just say something, like, just been in this industry, Mike, for a long time, stuff like that. Like I say, these little youngsters out here now, man, these little hip hop artists, they just don't know, man. All that it's just a facade, man. It's just a facade, man. Like I say, I grew up on an old school hip hop. I don't even listen to the new hip hop because all they talk about Miley Percocet, getting high, how many perks they can take and all this old stuff. But like I say, that's another show we're gonna do, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have you back on for more stuff, Mike, and we're gonna be doing some projects, by the way.
I enjoyed you guys.
Absolutely. We got we are gonna be helping out the Michael Thompson Foundation. We're gonna be doing some things off of YouTube for that. And again, you see the contact info. Mike, it's been a great show with you. We appreciate you joining us.
Just like I said, it's been an honor, man. It's been an honor for you and Hot Rod, man.
Pleasure, bro. It's always a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure, man. Like I say, when I met you in January, when you came out here to California to Freeway Rick, little grand openings, white party, man. We've been locked in. We've been locked in ever since, man. And like I said,
speaking of which, I just got texted by Melvin Farmer right now. Melvin Farmer said, "Hit me up. I want to come on the show with you and Rod again." So. A lot of cool dudes at Freeway Rick's birthday, man.
All right, man.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
Take care, baby.
Enjoy, bro. All right. So it's CEO Rod and me, real quick. We're just going to conclude this up. This is the main website to reach me at. which is Mob True Crime. And then if you scroll down on my webpage, you're going to see that right here at the bottom. Look at my great interview here with Soft White Underbelly. You can click on that. 140,000 views, 95% likes, and of course, very few dislikes, but it's from one or two people in their little crowds. Oh, well, it helped push the algorithm, and I love it. So if you would like to do very well in life here, do what Gene and myself did. We both invested $10,000 each into Daily Profit Dave, a friend of ours, friend of CEO Rod's. I'm sure CEO Rod, you'll be investing soon as well. We'll talk about that off of YouTube though. But he will definitely show you how to make some real money in this world. I trusted him with my first amount from some of the benefits of being on YouTube that I've had. And Gene also, obviously these interviews and sit downs that we do, we usually get paid for. He calls himself the godfather of passive income. Nice little play on that. What you're going to do is scroll down, click on the info tab, and then what you're going to see is this right here. This is just a simple tab to get more information, and you'll be connected. You just put your name in there, email, etc., submit, and what will happen is Dave will hit you up first and then get you connected there for a Zoom meetup where you can find out more information about what we are offering here. But we're very proud of what we're doing. This is something that's just blowing up. You're going to see a lot more from CEO Rod as well. CEO Rod and myself, we have our own history. We knew some of the same cats. You know who we're talking about here. Yes, Cello. Yeah, so the same dudes that were in his era. He's from Fresno as well, and of course had some contacts in LA. But we'll get more into Rod's story to introduce you guys to him, and then also interview other people. Melvin Farmer. We got a few others coming back on board, and a few fresh faces.
My big homie, no, I want to say, Jeffrey, Melvin, he's in Mississippi right now. I spoke to him when I was on my way down to LA, but I appreciate you, man. And y'all make sure y'all tap in, man. Tap in with Dave, man. Good dude, man. When I get my little, I'm gonna invest in the company, man. I gotta follow Gene and JC. Like I say, that's a good dude. Dave is a good dude, man. Make sure y'all tap in with Dave.
Absolutely. Hey, Rod, thank you for joining me here.
Well, it's a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure,
Absolutely, bro. It's great we've been able to get in contact again. We had a good time there, Freeway Rick's, and we're gonna have a lot more good times there with we got a lot of great guests coming up here. So Gene's gonna be back soon. We actually did a recording with him anyways. He and I and Dave did a show on Dave's channel about a week ago. So Gene and I have done some filming together in the last week. But Gene will be back on the show here, joining us for some of these sit downs as well, of course. And please share, subscribe, ring the bell. And also, if you enjoyed the show, by all means, leave a super thanks. That's a comment in the chat with a few bucks attached to it. And also make sure that you send a Cash App, $ Mob True Crime. Again, that helps us cover some costs with this stuff because we would like to start taking this out on the road, filming some of the locations that we've done stuff at. Rod Johnson in particular, he's got some hot spots, that the corners and all this kind of stuff. And Rick Ross and others are going to be on here. We're going to be doing some other things. So again, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Thanks again, Rod. We'll see you all next time.
All the time, man. Give a shout out to Gene, man. Keep on doing your thing, Gene Barello, baby. Keep on doing your thing, man. All right, JC. I'll let you.
All right.